Hey guys, this is Lenny for Transcending Focus, where we motivate, innovate, and educate entrepreneurs just like you. So, for today's program, first I wanted to start off with some feedback that I received that I wanted to, of course, help everyone out with, which is in my last blog post, I discussed the concept of Spartan Up, which is a book, which is a health program as well as a weight loss challenge. And I didn't really make the connection very well as to why this is so relevant to entrepreneurs like yourself. So I wanted to quickly do that and then move on to the next topic. This is so relevant. A book like that one, or weight loss challenges, or anything health related, is so relevant and so important to people like us in the community, because it helps us shape our own mental psychology when it comes to various business aspects of life. So here's a great example. Let's say I have a client complaint on December the 27th, and I've been burnt out. I've been working the entire year, and this client complaint can either be a mountain or a molehill. And it becomes more of a mountain if my mentality and my psychology is not properly primed. Meaning that if I look at everything as absolutely something grand and huge, then of course this small client complaint could be an enormous issue for me. Vice versa, if I have the appropriate psychology and the appropriate frame of reference, what will happen is that client complaint will be seen as what it probably is and very easily handleable. So I can handle everything because I'm just able to handle these things. So the whole concept of reading that book and the Spartan Up Challenge as well as the Weight Loss Challenge is that if you're able to consistently achieve goals, or you're able to consistently achieve obstacles, overcome obstacles, then what will in turn always happen for yourself is that anything that gets thrown at you, you'll be able to handle. So that's why I was focusing on the health, because Colleen and I are not in the health business whatsoever. The reason that I do take health a large interest in health has to do actually with my business practice, because I like to have more energy in my business. But saying all that and bringing it all back together, well, the reason that we read that book and the reason I'm talking about the weight loss challenge all has to do with my own mental psychology and how it, of course, is going to be applicable to my business practice on a day-to-day basis. So that brings us to goal setting, because it is the beginning of 2018 and goals are really the big buzzword, whether it be in the self-help community or just anyone in business is always asking us at this time of year, what is your business plan or what is your vision for 2018? So I ask you, the people who are watching this video right here, have you set your vision for 2018? Have you started to set your goals? Now, you may be saying to yourself, well, I already have my goals in my mind's eye, and I'll be able to figure things out along the way. And I wanted to quickly give you a story about a friend of mine who actually just had knee surgery. He's actually quite young. He tried to become a professional hockey player. It didn't work out for him in that respect, but he did become a very successful businessman. Now, over the years, his knee consistently started to get worse and worse and worse. And just this last year, he just couldn't take it anymore and actually had to have his knee replaced. Now, during the actual process of getting his knee replaced, of course, there's lots of rehab to be done afterwards. He goes to the rehab clinic, and the person starts to actually help him with his knee. And originally, you start off moving the knee about 45-degree angles, but the physical therapist already knows how far the knee can go. He has the goal in mind as to where it needs to go, and he's going to work on it until he achieves that goal. So this person, who's a friend of mine, he started off, let's call it 25-degree mobility in his knee. And now he's at about 125-degree mobility. So he can take his knee and bring it all the way back up to his quad, which was unheard of only a few months ago. Now, this story is relevant because the whole concept of a goal and the whole reason that you have those destinations is to stretch yourself. If you don't actually have the destination in mind, of course, that destination should be something that you at one point thought was completely unachievable. You set that goal, and then you start to work on that goal incrementally, daily and daily and daily, because you're going to be growing every single day. So the whole concept of setting that goal is to stretch yourself as a person, just like this guy's knee. This guy's knee could only go 25 degrees only a few months ago, or only a few weeks ago actually, and now it's at 125 degrees only a few weeks later, because that physical therapist knew what was completely achievable from this person, and he pushed this person. Even though that they had their own limits inside their head, that physical therapist helped that person get to the point where they can move their knee that far. So ask yourself, if you set a stretch goal for yourself, how far could you go? Because you may not know your own capabilities as they stand today. You don't know if you're going to be able to do something that was completely outlandish to you today, whereas in 5 years from now, it may be absolutely normal for you to do those things. I could give you 100 different examples for myself that I never thought I'd be in the position that I'm in right now, But 5 years ago, I set myself a goal that was completely ridiculous and absolutely insane. And over the last 5 years, I've consistently made progress towards that goal. So I could talk about how to goal set, but I'm going to do that at a later program because I think that's something that is not a 5-minute experience. I think if you really want to know how to properly goal set and get a program designed for yourself, you can't do it in 5 minutes. If you're taking a workout, you can't do a workout really, a proper workout in 5 minutes. Well, how are you going to work out your brain? How are you going to work out your entire life and plan it all out in 5 minutes? So I can tell you, of course, there's going to be lots of steps that I can give you and Colleen can give you on how to set your goals. But the first thing and the most important thing for any goal setting experience is you got to go do it. So you may be searching right now for a goal setting experiment or a goal setting program that's out there on the internet. There are hundreds are out there, and I'm going to give you one at some point next week. But what I'll say to you is the first thing that one must do is actually start to write their goals. Whether they're written incorrectly, whether they're wrong, whether they're ridiculous, doesn't matter. The process of actually just starting to write your goals on a day-to-day basis is what is most relevant to me, and it should be most relevant to you. Taking that first step. Because if you don't know the destination that you're going to go to, you're never going to achieve it. And it brings me to the last part of why goals are so important, because I want you over this next couple of days to start setting your goals if you haven't done so already. If you already have, I would love for you to share some of your goals in, of course, the chat box down below. But the reason that I personally like to set goals, aside from all the fluffy and the good and the awesome stuff that I like to do, it reduces anxiety in your life. Over the last couple of years, I myself have struggled with anxiety quite a bit. Maybe it's because of the internet, maybe it's because of social media, maybe it's because I have so many projects on the go, maybe because I'm a dad. I could find 100 reasons as to why I do suffer from anxiety. I'm always looking for ways to better deal with that anxiety. Working out is one. Doing these video vlog posts is two. But number three, and I think probably the most important of everything, is knowing where I'm heading towards. If I don't know my destination, I can always feel like I'm lost. I'm always in the suck of it. But if I'm able to know where I'm going and always reread as to the direction that I'm going, then I'm able to recenter myself. And many people don't actually take that into consideration when they are setting their goals. The process for most people in today's marketplace to set a goal is you want to achieve something and make a lot of money. But what people don't recognize is that if you don't know your destination in life, you get a little bit more anxious every single day because you feel a little bit more lost and time starts to run out on you. So get those goals down. Again, don't worry. Next week I'm going to show you how to make your goals pop, make them even better. But start the process right now if you haven't done so already. Write down 5 to 10 goals that you want to achieve this year. Write 5 to 10 goals you want to achieve in the next 3 years, and 5 to 10 goals that you want to achieve over the next 5 years. And then write them out nice and neat, and then come next week, we're going to reformat it so that the language used within those goals is exactly as it should be, and then we're going to paste it inside of your notebook to make sure that you're looking at it every single day. So hopefully I've added some value for you today, because I know that even doing this video vlog post for myself is extremely valuable. Hopefully you see the value in setting those goals and understanding why it's so important to set them. So take care, have a great weekend. This is Lenny signing off for Trendsetting Focus. Bye-bye.